In this lesson, we're going to learn about the concept of provider pattern. Previously, we learned about state management. We also learned what is block pattern. Now we will learn another state management package named provider. Similar to block pattern, provider package handles changes of UI quickly without using stateful widget and setState function. To use provider pattern, just like when you use block pattern, you have to define class to hold states. You might need to manage multiple states in your app separately, like login state and user profile state. You can create multiple providers. Each provider class needs to extend change notifier to manage change and apply it to UI. Then, to use this provider in specific screen, you have to register provider to screen in change notifier provider. If you only created single provider class, you can skip multiple provider part, but if you need to register and use multiple state providers, then you need to use multiple provider widget to manage provider easily. Unlike block pattern, which use block builder to monitor the change of states in stream, provider pattern provides another way to monitor state in stream. In provider pattern, if you change the value that it keeps in state controller file, you must notify to screen by using notify listener function. If you forget to notify it, your app will not notice that screen UI needs to be changed. Let's look at the example of using provider pattern. If you remember how to use block pattern, you might feel that using provider is quite similar to it. First, let's import provider package like this. Just like block pattern, provider pattern needs a provider widget that provides a controller file. It is called change notifier provider. But unlike block pattern, you can provide multiple controller classes with multiple provider like this. Now let's define class that holds states. We will name it counter like this. We define a variable name _count with 0 and created observable variable named count that streams changes of _count variable like this. And we're going to define an increment function that increments the count variable. To apply incremented value to screen, we need to do notify action with notify listeners function. Yes. Now, with the tap of floating action button, we're going to increment counter value like this. So this is the screen after you run this code. You can see that increment is applied right after you tap the floating button like this. Today, we've learned about a concept of provider pattern. You have just learned another pattern after block pattern. Both are great pattern for state management. Test them in your environment with more challenging code and see which pattern is better for you. Thank you for watching and see you in the next lesson.